Welcome. This is Alistair Nocht. I would like to speak today on imperfection. It seems that in society we place an enormous amount of pressure on one another to be perfect. We all have imperfections. In fact, our imperfections make us perfect for who we are. That may not make sense to you, but let me explain it a different way. If you are painting a picture, you don't take the paint and throw it onto the canvas and cover 100% of the canvas surface. It's the lights and darks, the contrast that actually illuminates the things that are to be in the forefront or the foreground of the picture. It's the imperfections that make the picture so beautiful. And it's the same way with us as individuals. Those things that make you, you. And those things are special. They're not to be seen as imperfection within itself. Those are the things that make us who we are, how we appear. And those are also the things that set us apart from every other individual on the face of this earth. So don't run from imperfection or what you perceive as imperfection. Embrace it and use it. And don't be so quick to judge yourself or others for those imperfections. I received an email this week, and the question was dealing with how spirits and demons view us and judge us by what we say and what we do. The question really struck a chord with me because this person was revealing their innermost desires and almost feeling ashamed, or at least viewing it as the demon that they wanted to interact with might view them in a derogatory manner, or perhaps would view them and judge them for what their desires were. You know, as far as we have come technologically and sensibility-wise, with all the knowledge that is around us, we are still insecure in our core, and we are still looking at what other people think and say about us to paint ourselves into a mold of what we think socially acceptable. But I'm here to say you don't need to think that way. We all have our shortcomings, we all have our limitations, and we all have things that we think are not very attractive, or we have things that we feel almost ashamed of because of a basic desire. You should not feel that way. To feel that way puts unneeded pressure on yourself. It should not matter to you what other people think or other people say. And here's comfort in knowing that demons do not judge us the way our own species does. If a person is gay or bisexual, or they like certain things done to them, or they like sex in a certain way, it should not be something that, number one, a person has to explain and justify. And number two, they should not feel as if demons are going to judge them like other narrow-minded human beings do. They don't. Satanic demons have their preferences, but they do not judge you. They understand that urges and desires are human. We are, after all, human beings. And just because we're interacting with those from the other side of the veil does not mean that we cease to be human. When demons interact with us, they know what our limitations are. They also know some of the desires that we have are going to bother us because we are so conditioned to the outside world, our own species belittling and almost trying to fix us and our imperfections. However, there are no imperfections. Those things that make you different make you unique, and you never ever need to apologize, nor do you need to justify those things to anyone. They're as big a part of you as your eye color, your hair color, your height. All of these are things that you're given, and while you may mask those to try to change them because you want something different, they are still what makes you, you. And in the eyes of the intelligent, they are what makes you perfect. Your perceived imperfections make you a perfect being. Never forget that. And you never have to justify yourself with these other beings from the other side of the parallax dimension. They accept you for who you are and what you are, and they're delighted to commune with you, and they recognize that you're going to be nervous, and you may be apprehensive and even frightened when they make themselves visible and make their presence known. They realize that, and they accept you. They're happy to commune with you and interact with you. So never let those imperfections hold you back. Your imperfections are what make you perfect. Until next time, this has been Alistair Nocht. Hail Satan.